Okay, here we go, guys. Let's get this in one take. Stand by on the jib and
BRK240, take 57.
And
Hi, welcome, and thank you for joining us today. I'm Trent, and I'm a product manager at Microsoft Teams, and I'm joined by my teammate Aaron, who's also a product manager here. You know, around this time last year, we were all experiencing build completely digitally for the first time ever. We were all collectively trying to figure out how this whole shift to remote work, and fast forward 12 months later, here we are still joining you today digitally. But things have changed dramatically since then. We've now experienced an entire year of remote work and are now navigating through hybrid work experiences. This change in how we work really highlighted the importance of teamwork with apps that enabled people to connect and work together through common goals from anywhere and from any device or platform. This new class of collaborative apps will become increasingly critical for the future of work, as achievement in the hybrid workplace is based on not on individual outcomes, but based on teamwork. And so we're excited to show you how developers are at the forefront of this new era of hybrid work and are building productivity and collaborative apps on Microsoft Teams to transform business processes and the way we work together. Throughout this session, you'll see examples of incredibly powerful apps built on Teams, apps that drive efficiency and cost savings for organizations and profitability for our partners. Before we jump in, I want to share how the developer ecosystem on Teams has grown. Compared to a year ago, the number of apps created on the Teams platform by independent software vendors, partners, and customers has doubled. That is amazing momentum, and it's rewarding to see these new apps driving productivity and collaboration in so many new geographies, industries, and workflows.
That's great, Trent. For those of you who aren't familiar with the many ways that apps can be built on top of Teams, we wanted to highlight the various endpoints developers can use to integrate workflows. You'll see these capabilities in the apps we'll show throughout the session, so don't worry about taking notes. All these capabilities can be built into a Teams app using your choice of tools and frameworks, and they allow you to build your app once and have it work across all devices and platforms. You'll also have access to powerful technologies from across Microsoft, like SharePoint Framework, Power Platform, Bot Framework, and the Microsoft Graph. Let's start by looking at the capabilities in Teams that allow you to extend conversations. Bots enable you to build conversational workflows, while message extensions enable users to easily query external entities and add rich cards into their conversations. Message actions kick off workflows right from messages. And connectors send a message into a channel based on a trigger from an external system. Next, we'll look at ways to extend canvases. Channel tabs let you integrate rich web apps that enable collaborative workflows for a whole team. And while personal apps can have views of your apps, and with personal apps, you can have views of your app scoped to an individual user's context. Developers can extend notifications in Teams as well. Our Activity Feed API helps you send notifications to better engage users at the right moments. And lastly, Teams Platform enables you to extend services. Microsoft Graph API is a data layer which underlies users and their apps across the Microsoft ecosystem. In Teams specifically, Microsoft Graph can automate the lifecycle of Teams channels and messages, control the process of app management, and so much more.
That's awesome. Now that you're familiar with the underlying capabilities of the Team platform that Aaron just covered, I want to jump into our first example of taking applications in Teams to their limits. This story comes from a leading hospital system in North America that specializes in cancer treatment. No surprise, in the past year, their healthcare workers have been stretched very thin and are worried about bringing COVID-19 home to their families. This healthcare provider began exploring how to conduct virtual patient visits across the organization. And after trying a variety of different technologies, this hospital system chose Microsoft Teams because it was scalable and secure, but also because of the extensible platform, which allowed for a customized branded patient experience and integration with electronic medical records. Our talented partners at Avanade helped this organization bring a custom line of business application to life. And here's what it looks like. The patient can schedule a virtual visit using the hospital system's electronic health record system, in this case, Epic. Once scheduled, the patient can select Begin Video Visit to join. Using Azure Communication Services, the patient joins the call on a simplified web interface without installing any software. Over on the physician side, they join the visit from the Teams client. Once in the meeting, the physician and patient can interact over video, but the chat is seamless as well. The patient's chat, still powered by Azure Communication Services, integrates with the native meeting chat in Teams. Here, the patient is asking to add their spouse to this visit. The physician can jump into the participants list and add the spouse. Great, he's here now. Using meetings extensibility, this app also gives the physician access to powerful features from within the meeting right pane. A directory of other hospital teammates is available in case they want to notify others about the case via email or SMS. The physician on this case notifies Beth, a nurse, via email. And then, at the patient's request, the physician can use the app in the meeting to invite an interpreter to the visit without interrupting the live meeting. She'll select the language, send a call for that interpreter, get the interpreter into the meeting, and then quickly deliver a better patient experience. This specific patient is here for a knee surgery consultation, and the physician screen shares to walk her through the X-ray. Finally, once the visit comes to a close, the physician can use the app in the meeting to enter notes, select the next steps, in this case, a follow-up appointment, and complete the visit. Using Power Automate, this kicks off other workflows, including automated scheduling and billing, that reduce the workload on physicians and staff. In all, Avanade used an impressive breadth of capabilities available in Teams, including Azure Communication Services, Meetings Extensibility, Power Automate, and Graph API. Thanks to this app, this major hospital system is better able to keep teammates safe, reduce physician burnout, improve patient experience, and increase access to patients who are underserved. This telehealth application in Teams will function as the foundation for the organization's digital health and patient care going forward.
That's really good, Trent. I'm impressed that the same hospital system is leveraging quite a few third-party apps that are available in the Teams store. Lucidchart is one of them, and it allows employee teams to create, share, and edit flowcharts and informational boards directly in Teams. Lucidchart replaces bulletin boards and whiteboards throughout employee work areas, and these virtual charts are used by all kinds of teams and for all kinds of communication. Let's take a look at a few examples. First, nurse teams use Lucidchart to create team charters. These charters serve as a reference for the members, roles and responsibilities, and policies of the team. The charter is pinned as a channel tab in Teams, so all members of the channel can view it, even those who are working from home, as they complete paperwork or patient calls. Managers can easily edit or update the Lucidchart when changes need to be made, and those changes are quickly reflected to everyone. For our next example, members of the Planning Committee for the Summer Internship Program use Lucidchart to plan curriculum and schedules for the summer. Program directors use message extensions to share Lucidchart boards with other directors. When a board is shared using the Lucidchart app, it posts an adaptive card into the channel. Users click the adaptive card to view the chart in an embedded modal in Teams. By building an app which exposes useful charting tools in the surface areas where users need them, Lucidchart supports this hospital's efforts to increase transparency and alignment across their processes. Since we're talking about apps, which are already publicly available in the Teams App Store, I'd love to show off another example of an app pushing the limits of the platform, Adobe Sign. Adobe Sign is saving Teams users valuable time as they manage the end-to-end document signing workflow. Let me show you how the new app works. For this demo, I'll start with Adele's experience. She's a contracts manager who needs to record a live signature on an IT service level agreement. she uses Adobe Sign regularly in Teams, so you can see it installed and pinned to the left rail app menu. She'll open the app, select Alan, who's a director in IT, as the recipient, update the agreement name, add the file, and send. When she does this, Alan gets notified that the agreement is waiting for signature. But for this agreement, Adele proactively let Alan know that she needs to record the live signature in a meeting. Oh good, it looks like he's in the meeting already. So Adele joins. When she opens the meeting chat pane, she adds Adobe Sign to the meeting as a message extension. She selects the signer, Alan, and confirms the agreement she needs him to sign. Then she shares it. Let's switch to Alan's view as the signer. In a second, you'll see Adele start recording the meeting for audit purposes. On the right, Alan sees the Adobe Sign bot in the meeting chat shared an adaptive card where he can launch the signing process. He clicks Review and Sign and confirms that he's authorized to sign the document, which opens the agreement in the web. But back in the meeting chat, Adobe Sign notifies Alan that he should screen share so Adele can see the signing happening live. He does that now. Alan has reviewed this agreement previously, so he'll quickly add a signature and complete the process. And there's a success message here, but the bot in the meeting chat also confirms that the agreement was signed successfully. And this exchange highlights how well the Adobe Sign app in Teams brings together the unique capabilities of both products. The live signing was really convenient for both parties. Adele got the signature and a recording she needed, all within 90 seconds. And Alan just had to show up to a quick meeting. He didn't even need an Adobe account. No surprise, Adobe Sign is helping a large variety of organizations across the world save time as they collaborate around agreements in Teams. I just today learned about an HR leader at Williams-Sonoma who helped her team install Adobe Sign in Teams to manage all the signatures for new hire agreements, like offer letters or I-9s. And their team has loved tackling this common workflow in a secure, transparent, and auditable way. Hopefully, the apps we've already shown have increased your interest in building your own app on Teams. And we're excited to announce today that Microsoft is investing in a new set of resources to help partners build, launch, and market Teams applications faster. Partners will have access to one-on-one developer guidance to significantly reduce time to market, curated training, and consultations on distribution strategy. Partners will also receive go-to-market support to help get your app noticed. We designed these resources to help partners navigate and activate resources from Microsoft more quickly, so you can grow through direct channels like the Teams App Store or indirect channels like resellers. To learn more and get started, visit aka.ms/modernworkisv.
Wow, those resources are pretty compelling. It actually seems like there's actually never been a better time to build an app in Teams. Before we wrap up, we wanted to share 9 quick examples of developers using a wide array of Teams capabilities. Hopefully these spark ideas in you on new ways you might want to build on top of Teams. First, let's start with some custom line of business apps built from the ground up. These first 2 demonstrate how complete end-to-end workflows can be built into Teams using the platform. Campana and Schott helped MAN Energy Solutions in Germany bring to life a fully integrated supplier management tool in Teams. The solution allows employees to raise a new purchasing request and then helps the purchasing department stay on top of those requests and approvals. It even has a Power BI dashboard for reporting on purchasing data and a meeting extension to allow vendor representatives to discuss requests live. On the other side of the world, Engage Squared helped Commonwealth Bank in Australia develop Sitman. It's an end-to-end incident management app in Teams. It enables the Commonwealth Bank incident team to manage critical incidents, send mass communications to stakeholders, invite relevant parties into the conversation, and triage incidents in Teams meetings. Graph APIs are used to automate the full meeting lifecycle, file management, adding a bot, and even exporting chat content from the meeting when the issue is resolved and archived. The Sitman app is driving greater transparency and faster resolutions for the bank. Now, these next two examples demonstrate how Teams platform enables highly personal human interactions while we're all navigating a hybrid work environment. MB helped Genpact build a custom water cooler conversation app that helps employees connect in short, casual meetings. The app provides suggested meeting times using Graph API, collects feedback on the interaction, and makes intelligent suggestions to employees with diminishing ties using the newly released Workplace Analytics. If you haven't heard of Workplace Analytics before, it's a tool that can be used to analyze behavior and network patterns. This water cooler app is actually one of the first Teams apps to put it to use. And lastly, in a similar vein, COMCAST is building a virtual hallway experience in Teams. This enables employees to have serendipitous social interactions while all participants are in remote or geographically distributed settings. Single sign-on even gives employees a frictionless way to jump in the conversation, while Graph API powers the underlying groups and rooms. Teams Video even powers the rich virtual connections. The impact of apps like these on employee morale and culture cannot be overstated.
I love the name of that app, Bump, like you're bumping into someone in the hallway. Our ISV partners are also building innovative apps, and you can see these apps in the Teams store today. Here are a few that stand out because they're making great use of our various platform endpoints. Freehand by Envision uses channel tabs to create a shared whiteboard for easier team planning, brainstorming, and drawing. You can see collaborators make edits to the board in real time. And Jira uses message extensions to embed rich content into messages. These external objects, like issues, tasks, or tickets, appear in the form of adaptive cards, so users can take action directly from the content of the message. Decisions uses meeting extensibility to allow participants to build a shared agenda. This provides structure, increases engagement, and helps clarify accountability with follow-ups. SurveyMonkey uses message extensions to launch a task module where you can create polls, surveys, and quizzes. And users can quickly gather feedback using multiple question types that get dropped into the conversation. And lastly, Priority Matrix uses Graph API and meeting extensibility to pre-fill a meeting agenda with existing tasks based on who is attending that meeting. You can also take notes and create or assign tasks during the meeting. I hope our time together has helped you see how flexible and powerful the Teams platform is. Developers who have already built apps on Teams have benefited from the growing number of organizations that rely on Teams for work every day. Since the start of the pandemic, daily active users of third-party, line of business, and Power Platform apps on Teams has grown 7 times. We can't wait to see the continued innovation you'll bring to the Teams ecosystem. This is an exciting time for developers to make a big impact on the future of work, and there's no better way for partners to further their business right now than to help organizations reimagine their employee experience and their applications for the hybrid workplace. After this session, please check out some of our other Teams sessions at Build. And don't forget to sign up for our M365 developer program.
Thanks for joining us. Now we'll transition to one of our partners, Poly, who's going to share their experience with Teams. I'm here with Bilal from Poly. Bilal, do you mind introducing yourself?
Sure. Bilal Masood Ejazi, and I am co-founder and CTO at Poly. So I run product and engineering here.
What type of user outcomes do you hope to create by building on top of Teams as a platform?
Yeah, we take a really deep view at the platforms we build on and try to encourage and enable use cases that are generated organically through use of these new form of mediums. So Teams, for example, is really unique in the sense of having channel-based communication alongside video-based communication. And for us, being an engagement app, we are trying to create ways to come to decisions, make your team work better, and produce a more open and transparent team as a result of gathering feedback from your team on platforms like Microsoft Teams.
How easy was it for you to bring existing IP from your products and bring that over into Teams?
In some cases, relatively easily. We really appreciate the use of tabs, which allows you to take HTML and web apps and embed them within Microsoft Teams with some additional context information. That really helps accelerate our development timelines. For us, like I said, we take a deeper approach in terms of trying to build from first principles on platforms. So we try not to cross use IP as much as possible. But where we've had to, for example, for our payments and checkout system, it's been really useful to have the native web experience on Microsoft Teams.
How does the team integration benefit your product roadmap?
Yeah, Teams is a huge part of what we do at Poly. It's one of the most important platforms that we build on, and generates a ton of usage for us. We've been really excited about all the growth that we've seen over the past year, and especially some of the ability to extend into meetings has been fantastic in terms of really enabling the future of work.
How easy or difficult is it to build a Teams app?
I think it's getting a lot easier over time. So with things like app templates and adaptive cards coming into the mix, it's become a lot easier to get into Teams. There's obviously a wealth of resources out there in terms of the Microsoft developer ecosystem and experiences there. And being able to combine that with the power of the native web in the Teams platform through the use of tabs really makes it so that a lot of the concepts are familiar ones that don't require as much work to get going on.
What benefits have your users or product seen from building the Teams integration?
Yeah, our users, we see millions of users use our product a month on Teams, whether it's to make decisions easier, to make meetings more effective, to enable quicker, faster feedback within team contexts or classrooms. We're a broad horizontal product, and we've seen all kinds of use cases thrive on this new way of working.
What's one tip or consideration you would give another product team to help them decide on which type of app or scenario to build for in Teams?
I would say that it really take a look at all the surfaces that Teams has to offer between channels, tabs, meetings, a personal context, chat. There's so many surfaces to explore that you can use to really bring the experiences to life and really meet a user where they are in terms of how they're working.
And what excites you about the future of the Teams platform?
So we're really excited about the future of the Teams platform, especially being able to leverage the investments that we've made in Teams into other Microsoft properties. So for example, the ability for adaptive cards to be used in things like Outlook, and to extend other functionality from our Teams app into other Microsoft Office applications down the road. We're really pumped about that, as well as continued improvements to the meetings experience and the ability to really weave an application through from channels to meetings to chat and everywhere in between.
Thanks, Bilal, for joining. It was great chatting with you, and look forward to working together in the future.